Good morning, Coolest Coast. It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. So happy to see you on this Wednesday morning.
Good
Cheers.
morning. Cheers. I'm soaking up all the warmth in my mug because it's chilly,
Can we talk about this for a second?
but it's going to get chillier, friends.
Gosh, yeah, right. So today is like 12 degrees, which is absolutely balmy compared to this is what the weather said on Monday. 5 degrees feels like minus 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand. I mean, I know the minus 21 comes from the wind, but if that's the case, why doesn't it just say minus 21? Why is there this huge delta between the temperature? It's like they might as well have said 75 and sunny, but feels like minus 21.
I think there is like if you take a thermometer outside, the old mercury thermometer, and you measured the temperature would actually be 5. But because of the wind gusto, it makes it feel so much worse. And I can tell you on Monday, we flew back from Atlanta and my car was parked down at Fast Park in Milwaukee. And we made a decision to let the kids stay at the airport. And we went and got vehicles and went back to get them. But like I had to get out to pay because my window was frozen and it took my breath away. It was so cold.
Okay, God, and that's not done yet. So today there's a little respite, right? But I want to share what you just sent me. This is the weather prediction for Friday.
Yes.
So again, minus 7. Minus 7 is like minus 7.
That's the real temperature.
But then look at the feel.
Yes, negative 35. So as a parent with children in school, this is if you haven't seen it already, this is your public service announcement that your kids are probably going to be home on Friday if they are scheduled to have school.
Oh, will they cancel school for this?
Yeah, I think negative 30 is the cutoff for sending kids in the cold.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, I should open my chat here. Somebody can correct me if I'm off, but I mean, I feel like negative 30 is dramatic enough that, so it's going to be really chilly. There's warning about extreme temperature and covering your skin if you have to go out and all of those kind of things. So
yeah, these are the days you definitely want to have the right gear. Definitely put on a hat, have a scarf, make sure you're wearing socks, boots, right? Mittens.
Boots with the fur always helps. Yes. And I mean, I would even say we've talked about this before, but have a blanket and extra stuff in your vehicle in case your car doesn't start or you go in the ditch or all of those things. Like these are especially days that you need to make sure that you're extra prepared.
Yeah. And if you don't have to go anywhere, really probably better not to travel, not even risk it. Right. But like you're saying, having like a blanket prepared or some of those like little heating packs, right? The ones that you open and shake, not a bad idea to have in your car.
Yeah. And I mean, I just, like you said, I think wearing boots and gloves and having a scarf where you can cover your face. I mean, if you think just for a second, like, okay, my car breaks down and I'm going to have to wait 30 minutes for a tow truck. Do you have enough to stay warm in negative 37 degrees?
Yeah. Because if your car stops running very quickly, that interior will get cold.
Right. Frigid, freezing.
Yeah. So can we just do a little quick PSA? Mom, if you're watching, please wear boots or at least socks with your shoes in this weather.
Does your mom normally wear shoes without socks? Wow, Diane.
No, I know. I'm like, you'd be so cold.
You naughty girl. Yeah, this is a good time to bundle up. Like I don't normally even take a jacket to the gym in the morning, but I took my winter coat with me today. Just to, again, have it along. And I mean, it was pretty chilly when I came out and I was thankful.
How are things going at the gym? And did going to the gym warm you up? Like, did you need your coat when you left?
I mean, I'm trying to think if I wore it at home. I mean, I don't want to put it on. Well, you're like sweating gross. So I put a sweatshirt on and then I'm like, do I really want this on? But yeah, I mean, it absolutely like getting a good sweat on always feels good.
Yeah.
It always feels so good.
I know. So Monday was so cold that I decided not to go out to a chair yoga class. And my mom and I used to do that together. But so instead, we just got on the phone with each other and went through the yoga moves together. And what started off as kind of chilly and shivery, by the time you just felt this like heat around you and you're so ready to start the day.
I mean, it doesn't take much to get some heat building in, and I mean, these are good days, like, especially if our kids are home from school on Friday, like we may pull up a yoga video on YouTube or a dance video or make TikTok videos or something, just to kind of get the wiggles out during the day and keep them entertained a little bit.
So you know what? Talking about entertainment, Kristin, let me just pull up this picture. Look at these jazz hands. All right, tell us about JTF.
So Thursday I left for Atlanta as a chaperone with this amazing crew. We went down to Atlanta. The team competed on Friday night and did an amazing job, and they won excellence in dance. One of the judges in our pod just was so complimentary of how athletic our kids are, right? So like it takes a lot to be able to dance and do dance moves and keep singing. And so he was very complimentary of that. And just anytime, you win or are recognized for something, it's really special. But right before that, we did a full run through, and that run through was like the best the kids had ever done. And then they went in and like blew it out of the water. It was so good.
Ah, that's awesome. Well, congratulations. So it's hard for me to see because the slides are so tiny, and I know you've got some slides that have some of the details. So let me just pull them up. Let's see what order they come up in. Okay. Oh, this is what you were talking about, right?
Yes. So this was actually the gentleman on the right in that picture is a choreographer and performer, and he was the judge in our pod, which was really cool. So there you could see Treehouse's name on that award. So they give only a couple of these awards, each type of award away in each pod. So it's always special to win. So yeah, that's just our name, Manitowoc's little youth theater name up on that board.
Okay. And so you said choreography. Does the choreographer teach them something and that's what they're judged on? Or is it a pre-rehearsed choreography?
Yes. So they went down and they performed a 15-minute snippet of Newsies Junior. So they take a full-length youth show or junior show, and they cut it to be 15 minutes. The songs cannot be cut. So you basically do 3 full songs in there with some acting in between. So you have to be able to tell the story by just, basically giving that 15-minute snapshot. And, it includes singing, it includes dancing and choreography. There were some throws and some like gymnastics moves and lifts in it as well. And the kids executed everything just incredible.
Oh my God, it sounds amazing. Okay, so how many times did you hear them practice? And what song is now stuck in your head?
Well, the good news is I don't have any songs in my head this morning, so we're going to take that as a win. I'm trying to think how many times. I mean, I think in other years, we've had more rehearsals before the performance, but I probably saw it 4 or 5 times before we got in for the actual adjudication. So if you guys want to watch it, I will drop a link in the comments today, but it's available on Treehouse's website. They did post it. It's again, 15 minutes. You won't be sorry. It's so good. The kids did such a good job. We're very fortunate in our community to have such talented directors and teachers leading these kids and teaching them. I mean, just the sound of them warming up. And I'll see if I can post like one of the things the choreographer teacher does is they played Cotton Eye Joe, and they had the kids just do line dancing to warm up. And I have a video of them doing that also. And it's just like, it's so fun. They have so much joy. And, goofing around.
They're bringing awesome recognition to Manitowoc and really, good morning, Wendy, really highlighting the rich theater vein that runs through our bodies here.
Yeah. And not just Manitowoc. I mean, we have an incredibly strong arts program here and theater program, but like we were the only team from the state of Wisconsin. So that is pretty dang special.
Yeah. So how many teams are there? Is this like nationwide? I think you have hold on. I'm not sure.
Do you have the slide? I'm looking.
Say.
Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you. Okay. So there are 141 teams competing from 31 US states and 8 countries.
8 countries, no less.
Yes. So the kids, like we get wristbands made and they trade wristbands with other teams. And it's kind of a thing that they do. And, like sometimes the kids' goal is like, oh my gosh, we want to try to get one from all the, out of US teams just to, for the sake of like, oh my gosh, can you imagine being from Australia and flying all the way to Atlanta, Georgia to compete.
Yeah.
Like super cool.
How did those teams do? Were there's some pretty interesting.
I know it's hard to keep, again, there's 141 teams, so it's hard to keep track of how everybody is performing. And there's some teams that just are known for having really good performances. So when they, get called up for an award, you're like, oh yeah, that's a familiar name to me. But there is so much going on that you really are like, what does our team need to do right now? What room do they need to be in? What are they focusing on? And there's not a whole lot of time to kind of look up.
So besides the Newsies clip that they had to do a performance of, did they have to do other things too? Or were there like workshops that they participated in? Tell us more.
Yeah, so we competed Friday night. So Friday was more about, they have some introductory sessions where all of the teams attend. Then they had rehearsal and then they performed. And then after they performed, they actually do like a kind of a state of the state. They have somebody come in and lead a discussion with the kids and lead them through breathing techniques to just help them calm down, because it's a huge adrenaline rush for these kids to compete.
Sure.
And so that was kind of Friday night. And then Saturday, we got to watch our pod perform. So we got to see 4 other teams perform on Saturday morning, which is just really fun because you get to, so one team did Aladdin, one team did Seussical, and I'm trying to think about, there might have been 2 Italian or Aladdin teams in our pod, but you just get to sit and watch them perform. It's really cool. And then in the afternoon, they had a dance workshop with a choreographer. They did an acting class. And then each night there's a big event in the main space. So they release new shows. There's like a new work showcase. So they showcased 5 new shows that are coming out and are going to be available. So we get to see a snippet of those.
Ooh, what did you see? Like, is there something you're excited about? And by the way, Amber just totally nailed our thoughts, right? What an amazing opportunity for the youth.
Yes. Very, very cool. Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon Junior.
Oh, is that a musical?
Yes. These are all musicals. Trolls.
Oh my God, the costumes would be so fun for that show.
It's adorable. I'm not sure about how the plot will be for that one. We didn't get to see enough to be like, is this really going to be that good? But it was cute. They're releasing Little Mermaid Youth Edition or Kids Edition. So there's full length Little Mermaid. There's Little Mermaid Junior, which Treehouse has performed before, but now they're releasing a kids version, which is a 30-minute show. So we got to see a snippet of that, which was really cute. And then what were the other 2? I'm blanking on them. I'll think of it. Okay. But yeah, just so we get to get a little preview of these shows and the dance moves and different things. And then on Sunday, there was an incredible concert, which is actually being recorded by Georgia's public television programming, basically. And that will be released nationwide at some point. So it was a live recording at JTF.
Wow.
So there'll be a good chance that our kids and our directors and our chaperones, you might get a sneak peek of them in the audience, because we were pretty close to the front this year.
That's so cool. What an amazing experience. And look at how, I mean.
Yeah. So Sunday night is like the big kind of grand finale. Everybody dresses up and we get to go to that concert. We had reservations for dinner. And so this is my girl, Grace, just looking stunning. And, it takes, like, you guys know this, when you have a big event, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of preparations and just a lot of work to get to this point. So it's just exciting when they get to win something and get to celebrate like that. So yeah, this was our night out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. So what's the age range, right? Because just Grace of your 3 girls participated in this.
So far, yeah. So the age range is 8 to 18.
Oh, okay.
8 to 18. And I would say that it would take a lot for an 8-year-old to be there. It's very long days. A lot of walking. I mean, we put on like 15,000 steps a day because we walk to the conference center where this is held, and you're walking as a huge facility and then walking back. And so
that doesn't even include the dance steps that the kids are doing.
That's correct. Yeah. Wow. They will do other stuff in addition to that. So you have to be a mature 8 or 9 or 10-year-old to be able to handle it off, or you need to be able to kind of find some rest periods, because that's a lot. I mean, as an example, on Saturday morning, I think our first opening session was maybe at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So the kids need to get up and get ready and eat breakfast before we leave.
Oh.
And then, the show in the evening doesn't end until maybe 9 or 9:30. And then we still walk back to the hotel. So
did you see many 8 and 9-year-olds, or was it mostly upper?
There were some teams that have a lot of younger kids, really little kids, like the shows where they release new works, they select theater troupes to perform those. And the group that was doing it, The Little Mermaid was in kindergarten. Yeah. Little, really little.
Wow.
Which I don't know. Now that I'm saying that out loud, she probably would have been 6 or 7. So I don't know how that worked out, but yeah.
I mean, it's amazing to introduce the skill of theater to children that young, because that's when we're like in our creative, exploratory, like heyday, right? Like we're willing to try and do and
play. So it's just a lot of just very playfulness. But I mean, I need to give a shout out. We run kids shows here in Manitowoc 3 times a year. Treehouse offers it, and that's 4 to 14. So if you have ever wondered, can a 4 or 5-year-old act on stage? The answer is 100% yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yep.
Hey, so you shared this slide too.
Yes.
I mean, so you're talking about 7,000 plus people were in the space?
In a conference center, a huge, huge, huge conference center. It just like you look back and it just chairs go and go and go for days in this facility. It's huge.
So you almost have to have plans like, okay, we are meeting at this like waypoint at this time, because you can't just expect to randomly run into people, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, usually, I shouldn't say usually, the teams have like what they call a spirit stick. So, we got an expandable like little tripod from Five Below, and then they put like a little letterboard on it and a little frame that was like Newsies. And then on Saturday when we were competing, they had Treehouse presents Newsies or something like that. But then on Saturday we had Go Purple Pod, because we were in the Purple Pod that day. And then I think on Sunday they had like Break Legs or something cute on there. But somebody in your team holds that up and you walk, because it's very easy to lose a team member. And so all the teams have these spirit sticks, which are decked out and like awesome. And that is to help keep your team together.
Okay.
So,
I'm kind of feeling exhausted just hearing about it. How do you feel now that you're back?
I'm a little wilty this week, friends. I was very blessed to come back and open a new leadership program with a client yesterday.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And I told the client ahead, I'm like, I just want you to know I'm traveling before, and I'm going to give it 110% of myself, but then I'm going to need to leave right after. So yeah, catching up on sleep. It's just a lot of stimulation, singing and dancing with these kids for 5 days straight. I mean, they really never stop. It's very sing-songy. So,
yeah. So I asked you if you had a song stuck in your head, because I am very susceptible to a song being stuck in my head. And there's a song by one of my favorite bands, OK Go, that has been in my head kind of on a loop. And I must just like sing snippets of it, or like even hum it every now and then, maybe ad nauseum, because the other day Jason said, Tina, I think you've ruined that song for me.
Can you sing it for us right now?
No.
Oh, come on. I'm not familiar with that song.
It says, I wish I could say it would all be all right. It'll all be all right. I wish I could tell you it would all be fine. It'll all be just fine. But a stone only rolls downhill these things. Catchy, right?
I love it. I like that you're singing the high and the low parts also. Thank you for that. That makes me laugh. If I need a little giggle later in the day today, I might go back and replay it just for that alone.
Hey, tell me, what are we looking at in this picture?
Oh my gosh. This was the funniest dang thing. So the kids set up way ahead of time that they were going to do a phone case swap as just like a fun team, like socializing thing. So the kids like posted in a group, somebody pulled together what kind of phone everybody had. And then they switched names. And then when we got to the airport on Thursday morning, they all called off who it was and they had to present them. And this is great. This is the phone case that Grace got.
That is a phone case, like with hair?
Yes. So this is like kind of a bear, maybe crying, but the tears coming from his ear and not from his eye. And then, yes, he had like this toupee of hair, which covered her camera. It was hilarious.
Yes, it's covering the camera.
So every time she would like pull it up, it would have this like hair hanging over it. So then she ended up like braiding it across to the top and then braiding it down. So it had a braid for the rest of the weekend. But oh my gosh, some kids had like these big foamy, like hot dog cases. One of the kids had like an old school, like, the old kind of, cell phone, I guess the first cell phone, but it was like foam and his phone like fit into it. There was ones that had like bodybuilder man with just underwear on, but then where the butt cheeks were, it had like these little stress balls, like squishy things on it, and others that I'm just not going to mention because they were not appropriate, but we laughed very, very hard. I thought it was such a cute idea for the kids.
And so these are like legitimate phone cases that kids are using?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. They all found them on like Amazon or Etsy or, whatever. Some kids like bought a case to fit the phone and then like bedazzled it or did other stuff on it. But
wow,
super cute. So the deal was you had to use it all weekend, no matter what you got.
That's hilarious. So when I saw this picture, now granted, I don't even know exactly what a labubu is, but I thought, oh my gosh, is that a labubu?
Maybe. I don't really know what those are either, but it could, I mean, they do kind of look like it, but yeah, the hair was just so funny.
Yeah, so I thought then too maybe that it was a nod to the Trolls show that you were talking about, but that's not it either.
No.
Wow.
So if you're ever looking, you're going on vacation with other couples or doing something, this could be a really just fun, silly thing to do.
Who would have ever thought that would become the thing, right? Just swapping phone cases.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, people don't all have the same devices. How did that work?
The kids published a list they use Team Reach to communicate. So somebody pulled together a list of all the phone types. So when they were buying them or, whatever, they knew what everybody had. You just had to like share what you have so that.
Oh, gotcha. Fascinating. Wow. Okay. Hey, I've been reading, like I always am reading, it seems like, and I came across another word that I just had to stop dead. I couldn't even figure out from the context what it meant. And the word is encomium.
Yes, say it again. Say it for the people in the back.
Encomium. Well, it looks like based on the pronunciation, you could say encomium or encomium. Encomium?
Yeah. Encomium.
Encomium.
Tina, you sent this to me the other day and I looked and looked and looked at it and I was like, I think that I'm going to have to listen to, the Google machine pronounce this.
True, right? It does not flow trippingly off the tongue.
No.
I would need to say it probably 100 more times before I could even bring it into my vocabulary. But Kristin, I think it was serendipitous that this word came up because we can be showering encomiums. Is that the right? Did I say it right? Encomiums on the Treehouse Theater Gang because their success.
So an encomium on itself is a single praise, but encomiums, like is used in the sample, we can, bespoke on all of the Treehouse participants.
I love it.
Yes.
Encomiums.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those words that's not going to stick for me.
And the thing is, the book I was reading was going along so well, and then all of a sudden just this word, like, what? What do you even mean by this?
Yeah. When you saw the word in the book, did you have an instinct about what it meant, or did you have to like go look it up and be like, I have nothing here?
Yep, I had nothing. Especially because it kind of looks like economy to me.
Yes.
And I couldn't get that to work with the meaning in the book.
When I was trying to pronounce it, the M, ecom, versus econ. That was hard for me to get out of the N. I couldn't let the N go. I wanted to keep the N in there.
Yeah, and one of the reasons I took the screen cap to show the word at the top as large as it is because the letters are so unexpected in that combination.
Yes.
Encomium.
Yes.
Encomium. All right, viewers, can you drop a sentence in the chat using this new word?
Yeah, where's our girl Rocky? We could use like a haiku on encomium.
Encomium. Ooh, it's already 4 syllables, so
encomiums would be 5, right?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Encomiums. Yeah, the S is just part of that.
Okay. Well,
some encomiums were showered upon Treehouse.
They did really, really well.
Well, really too.
Can you see my brain is not working? So they did really well.
Wow. Woohoo! We did it! That was a live haiku. Enconiums to you for that.
Oh man, there's not enough coffee and like good food in the world right now to keep my brain going.
So are you able to take it easy for the rest of the day, or do you have a pretty tight schedule?
No, I mean, in my world, a lot of companies have new budgets, and that means a lot of training events. We're kicking off. I have a number of engagement surveys going on. So it is a pretty busy time between now and like the end of April. There's a pretty intense like teaching schedule. So
all right, more coffee for you.
And I have to follow up on all the emails that have come in since last week, Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day, so there's no rest for the wicked, my dear.
Hey, are you reading something currently?
Yes, I am, but I never have the titles when you ask me because my brain does not work that way. I am reading right now. I started The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hell.
Is it good? I've heard about it, and I was wondering if I should read it.
I mean, it's hooked me. I'm probably a third of the way into it because I started it on the way home on the plane. But I've made it pretty far, and I would say it's good. It's about a character. His name's Samuel, but his dad said, "What in the Sam hell?" when he was born, and so they decided to name him Samuel off of that, which I think is funny. And then let's see what I read before. I read a book that I'm trying to find it on Libby. It was a freebie and I just snagged it. Here it is. The Paradise Problem. It is by Christina Lauren. That was just kind of a little bit of a romance, a little bit of like fictional story. Quick read, good read. I was into it. Also just a freebie. On Libby, when you go in there, you can get, available now. And so I just kind of lucked out by grabbing that and reading it. But Tina, I just noticed when I was in here that I have had a book on my wait list, that a title you gave me, which is The Love of My Afterlife.
I enjoyed that one.
Did you?
It was cute.
I'm excited to share that it is available in my Libby app today. So I will also probably be downloading that and getting my hands on that. But yeah, how about you?
I am listening to a book called The Correspondence, and it's kind of, it's fiction, and it's clever because it is all written through exchanged correspondence. So there's this woman, this main character, and she loves writing letters. And so it'll be like to such and such on this date, and then it'll like have the letter, but in the letter is the telling of the story. And then she'll get a reply. And, and so it's emails that she's writing, it's letters that she's writing. So far I'm charmed by it.
Interesting.
Oh, yes. Okay. Lori says, "Good morning, Tina and Kristin. The Women by Kristin Hannah is a great read." Heartily agree. I actually cried reading that book.
Yes, that is a beautiful book. It's a long book. Very hard to read at times, but so good.
So powerful. I find myself sometimes still thinking about the main character.
Yes.
Like, she'll just pop into my mind as if she's doing something at her you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
that's one of those characters that has stuck with me.
Yes, and I think, in the historical fiction realm, like, that gave me some directional information about a time period that I didn't have a lot of information about, and so I just found that also very interesting for me.
Yeah, and I also was glad to have my eyes opened because I too had never thought about the role of women in that time
Mhm.
period. Like, in my
Right.
mind, yeah, it was like men.
Right.
So,
Yes. Yeah, so just for context, it's Vietnam War era, and, yeah, I mean, that was right before I was born-ish, 10 years before I was born, and, so it just was just a new perspective that I appreciate very much.
yeah, Lori, thanks for bringing that up. I mean, most of the Kristen Hanna books that I've had a chance to read are really good, but I did really love the women.
Yes, agreed.
I just started another book too. It's called On the Wall. It's
Mm,
about the free solo climber Alex Honnold, and so far it's really interesting. Like, climbing is not a genre I know much about. It's not a sport I've ever participated in.
that's
Um,
not true. I think you climbed with me one time.
oh, true, true, true. We did go to the Strand and we did climb the indoor. Okay, all right, yeah. But I mean, like, the terminology, it's a bit out of my realm, but it's so fascinating to see the dedication and just the commitment. And one interesting takeaway is he was talking about, being on this tough part of the wall, and there was a cameraman kind of following along. And so the climbers, like, just absorbed in absolute concentration. And then the cameraman, like, bumbled around or made a quick move, which caused the climber to almost lose his concentration, right? Almost lose his grip. And that made me feel a lot better because when I'm practicing walking, like when I was first doing it, it takes so much concentration. The ice maker went off in the house, and I was like, whoa, 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 right? Like, so there's something true about being lost in that concentration and that absolute focus.
Yeah, I mean, you're just dedicating every bit of yourself to doing whatever is right in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched, I think it was called Free Solo, if I'm not mistaken. It was a Netflix, I'm pretty sure it was a Netflix show about him or a
No,
documentary about him. Have you ever watched that?
no, I'm literally, this book is my first introduction, other than our dear friend Becky Richards, I know was a climber. And so that has kind of piqued my interest in it.
Yes. I'm pretty sure it's called Free Solo.
Okay.
Maybe
You
somebody can help us out and check that. But yeah, that would be another cool way, maybe once you're done with the book, to get a different perspective on it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Ah, Kristen, always so much fun having these conversations with you.
Hey, listen, friends, stay warm. We can't wait to hear. We would like you to tell us next week, what did you do when it was so cold out that you didn't go outside?
Yeah. What's your unique Wisconsin perspective?
Tell us how you kept busy. Tell
Cool.
us what you ate when it was freezing out,
I bet it's not a popsicle.
or ice cream.
Even ice cream the other day, I thought about that. I'm like, I would not want that today.
No. How about salad? That doesn't sound good either to
That
me.
also doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
No. A hearty bowl of chili, maybe.
Ooh, I was just thinking we had tacos last night, and I have been known to take the leftover taco meat and make it into chili. And that might be in our future. That sounds really good.
All right, friends, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're your hosts, Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. Thanks for hanging with us on Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We'll
Bye,
see you
guys.
next time.